Hi, and let's talk a little bit about the syllabus and when things are due for this semester. This is Spreadsheets Online OS 133. If you're taking the OS version or the CIS version, it's the same class. It's section number 3001. We will start actually August 27th. Let's fix that right now and go through the middle of December there. Um, I'm Michelle Whitman. My office is located in A366, so please come see me if you need to. I will have office hours online on Mondays from 10 to 11 online, and I'll talk about where you can find me on that. Tuesday, 1:30 to 2:30, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday from 5 to 6. 1:30 to 2:30 and 5 to 6, I am in my office, but I will also be online. On Mondays, I won't be in my office. My phone is 2650, but I really do not like to answer my phone, and I'm not in my office enough to be able to call you back. So why don't you just shoot me an email? It's the best way to get in touch with me, and I will promise to get back to you within 24 hours. Michelle.whitman@kitchwaukeecollege.edu. Except if it's on a Friday in the evening or something, I might not get back to you till Sunday because I like to try and keep my weekends to myself here. So the course is the concepts and fundamental operations of a spreadsheet. We're going to be using Excel. Topics include data entry, formulas, functions, linking, charts, so on and so forth. So everything that has to do with Excel we're going to be using. We want to make sure that you have a very reliable computer with an internet connection, preferably high speed because we have some videos to watch here. Please have a backup plan if your primary computer should fail. Again, here we just have a list of all of the things we're going to be learning, and please don't let it overwhelm you. We take it slow, and these are units, so it actually will have quite a bit in it. We have 5 different units that we'll be going through in this book. This is our book here. Microsoft Office Excel Lesson Approach. You do need to purchase it, whether it be online or at the bookstore. With that book, if you purchase it at the bookstore, you'll get it with a SimNet card that gives you a registration code to join SimNet, which is a simulation software that allows you to work in Excel and practice without actually having to have the program. So also with this book comes an Excel trial for 2010. So if you don't have Office 2010, you'll have a 180-day trial so that you can work in Excel. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about this card. Oh, one last thing about this card. This card, if you did not get it, let's say you purchased your book through through a website or something like that and you didn't get a card, you have the chance to go to the website and purchase a card separately. So just letting you know about that. And that is mandatory. You will have to do that. Here is just how we're going to grade. At the end of the chapter, exercises, what we call the skills review and lesson applications. Those we have 15 of those because we're doing 15 lessons. They're 50 points each, so that's about 750 points. Notice that's the largest portion of the class, so that's your homework. You have 15 SimNet lessons. They're worth 10 points each for 150 points. You have 5 unit exams. That's a multiple choice, true, false, fill in the blank type exam, each worth 100 points. You have unit projects, so at the end of each unit you have a project to do, and those are worth 100 points each. And then you have a final exam, which will be a compilation or a comprehensive exam based upon these exams. That one final exam is worth 400 points, and then you have one final project. It's worth 400 points also. I have a 90, 80, 70, 60 scale, so you want to just note that. You won't get your grades on through the mail anymore. We contact you solely through email, but you can find your grades on Kish SOS. So look for them there. Um, some important things to remember, just remember that you have to have a reliable access to a computer and the internet. If you need to have that, you can come to campus. Let's say you have a problem with your computer at home, please come to campus. You can come to rooms A363, 64, 65, 370, and the Learning Skills Center library, and then the Open Computer Lab at campus to find access to these things. If you do, make sure that you bring a set of headphones so that you can watch the videos with sound. You need to have some way of storing your work. If you're just working at home, you don't have to worry about this, but if you are working in other locations, make sure you have a USB thumb drive or are saving your files to the cloud. Blackboard will be used throughout. For homework submission, please make sure you watch the video on how to upload your files and make sure that you're following the guidelines for accepting homework. I do accept it on time, obviously, and then you're allowed to turn it in up to 1 week late for half credit, and then I won't accept it anymore. So make sure that you're submitting it on time. A lot of your feedback will come either through Blackboard or through SimNet exams, so that's where you'll be getting that. And making sure that you know how you learn. One of the very important things here is keeping yourself organized, completing work on time, actively participating in class activities. So we will have 3 to 5 lessons per unit, and we will have some how-to videos, SimNet lessons, so on and so forth. You're just going to have to figure out the best route of learning for yourself. So that first few weeks, make sure you're using a variety of methods to learn and see where you're going to go from there. You can read the rest of this as far as some of the other options for communication, so on and so forth. Withdrawal policy, I want to talk about this. W will not be given as a final grade unless you are officially responsible to withdraw from this course. But I do want you to know that at the halfway point, if I notice that you have not participated or you have not been participating along the way, I will shoot you an email to say that unless I hear from you within a week, this will be about 1 week before the midway point, I'll shoot you an email stating I don't feel that you are participating in the class, and I will administratively withdraw you from the class. But after the halfway point, if you decide to drop out of sight or you're not working to your potential and you are failing, it is your responsibility to withdraw from the class. I will not withdraw you from the class before the end of the semester. So my only responsibility to withdraw you is at the midpoint if you have not been participating. After that, it is all you. You do want to withdraw if you're not doing well from the class in this class, because it's very hard to make up for an F on your transcript. So make sure that you withdraw. We will not have any class cancellations because you're working online. Here, emergency procedures and safety, you know what you should be doing at home. If you have a fire, put it out, for goodness sakes. Let's talk about academic honesty here. We want to make sure that we're doing our own work. Plagiarism, cheating, and other dishonest actions will not be tolerated. Please make sure you're doing your own work. Assistive Resources Center, any student having a documented disability or special learning need wanting to request any kind of accommodation should contact Ann Wilson in room A317 or give the phone call to 3960 and talk with her. The student's disability must impact their ability to participate in the educational environment and be documented by an appropriate professional prior to accommodations being approved. Once that happens, Anne contacts me, but you also, if you were requesting accommodations, would need to contact me, and we will make the appropriate whatever appropriate steps are needed at that point. Student email, please, if you are going to email me, notice that in Blackboard you will see that there is no email within Blackboard like you might have in your other courses. I prefer it if you just email me with your Kishwaukee College email. Um, if you could see how many classes I teach online, you would know that I would have to answer emails in so many classes, so it's just very difficult. So I'd prefer it if you just emailed me at one place, kishwaukeecollege.edu, using your email address from Kishwaukee College. I will not answer any emails that come from Yahoo or any other personal email, mostly because it's a FERPA violation. I have to make sure that I'm talking to you. So please make sure you're emailing me through your student email. Let's talk about the schedule really quickly here. You'll notice that this week we want to make sure we're doing our getting started activities, which just includes watching the videos, orienting yourself to class, getting set up on SimNet, so on and so forth, and reading your syllabus. Get started with reading lesson 1 in your book. You will have a video or several videos on lesson 1, me just going over the information, and then you want to get started on your skills review, lesson applications, and lesson 1 in SimNet this week, because it's due next week on Monday by September 3rd. Each week on Monday your homework is due by 11 o'clock in the evening, so you just want to make sure that you're turning that in on time. Again, if it's late, it will be marked half off, and then after 1 week you will not be allowed to turn it in. Notice that we do, this class is set up to be 2 hours of classroom lecture, 2 hours of lab time. Well, because you're working online, what that means to you is that you should set aside at least 4 hours a week to work 4 to 8 hours a week to work on this class. Usually about 4 hours, 1 hour to go through the lesson in the book, and 2 hours or 3 hours to do your homework. But there are weeks where, like on week 3, where we have a Unit 1 exam and a project to do, and that's going to take you a little bit longer. So please note those weeks where we have unit exams, you will probably need an extra hour or 2 to get your work done, so make some time accordingly for that. So that is going to be due September 17th. I'm going to note when these are going to be due again. We have another one after lesson 6, and that is due October 8th, so make sure you make a note of that week. We have another one after lesson 9. We have unit 3, and that is due October 5th. Unit 4 is going to be due, let's see, October 19th, and then all the way down here, your last unit work is due after lesson 15. That's unit 5. That's due December 10th. You do not have a final lesson on that week 16 because you're going to be working on your final project and your exam. That is due December 17th. I will not accept anything late on that. Your project is due the 17th, so I have time for grading. Same thing with your exam, and same thing with your homework. That last week I will not accept it late. It's December 10th, and that must be in on that date. I will not accept it late, so you have enough time to work on your homework. Okay, I'm going to go over to Blackboard just so we could talk a little bit about what it looks like for you in this course. Here's your assignments, so that's where you're going to be getting your information. Notice each one of these are the assignments that you will work on. Once you've submitted your assignment, it will show up over here, and then once it's graded, it will show up over here. Your learning modules is where you get started for orientation. And then you'll notice that you will eventually have some lesson 1, lesson 2, lesson 3 learning modules here so that you can watch some videos on how-tos, just little videos on the more difficult parts in the lessons. your syllabus, and then a place where you can find your grades. Also, you'll have one more set of links down here to get to the book's website and then also to get to SimNet. If you have any questions, please let me know.